Good blessed Wednesday night, September the 25th, 2024, the time being 7:10 p.m. I greet all human beings all around the world. All around the world. All around the world. All around the world. All around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. It doesn't matter whether you are the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't matter if you my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. It doesn't matter whether you like anything that I say or do or produce. That's your prerogative. You have a First Amendment to the United States Constitution, a freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom to protest, freedom to gather, and freedom to associate, as long as you do it all in a peaceful manner. Now, if you're on parole or probation or you a felon, sometimes you have to consult with the local law enforcement officials to see if it's legal for a felon or an individual that's on probation or parole to be able to gather together with other people that's on probation or parole, or do any of the above things that I just mentioned. Or if you're on probation or parole, you may have to ask your probation or parole officer. But what I'm coming today is, yesterday was a sad day for me and other people, not just in the state of Missouri, across this nation, when the state of Missouri executed on September the 24th, 2024, just past Tuesday, executed Marcellus Khalifa Williams, when there was many red flags. Number one, years later, when DNA was able to be produced from a murder that he was convicted of, the courts wouldn't consider, the lieutenant governor wouldn't consider, the attorney general wouldn't consider, the governor wouldn't consider, the appellate courts and the Supreme Courts wouldn't consider here in the state of Missouri. Not only that, but the racism with the jury. And the reason why I'm talking about it today is because I was introduced to the issue with Marcellus Khalifa Williams by a very strong black brother, an attorney, and the NAACP Missouri State Conference President, Mr. Nenrod Chappell. He was successful with a news conference in a protest in St. Clair County in St. Louis, Missouri, to get the previous governor to put a halt to the execution and assign 5 retired judges to look into the case. 6 years had went past, but the new governor, Parson, who he can't run this November because he undid all his terms, he disbanded them. Parson, and I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, but Parson, the Republican governor, they said before Marcellus' execution, they said he denied 11 other individuals clemency from death row. Marcellus, I believe, would be the 12th. The Attorney General for the state of Missouri, Bailey, he fought against Marcellus' execution being halted, like the governor, Parson, did. Then the Lieutenant Governor, Mike Kehoe, fought against it. Now, Mike Kehoe is running for governor of the state of Missouri in November. Him and two other Republicans. Now, the reason why I'm saying this here, here's this man. Neither one of these individuals cared about the fact that Marcellus Williams, the DNA wasn't found nowhere on the blood in the house. The hair that was found in the house wasn't even found on the knife that the lady was stabbed 40-something times with. But now, they was consistent in making sure this man was executed, and they succeeded yesterday. But let me show you how racist they is. Before I show you that, I want to tell you about a black individual here in Charleston, Missouri that claimed to have been an activist for 28 years. I've been down here for 28 years. All I seen him doing is making money off of government funds and oppressing and misusing and abusing the black community by the name of Lester Gillespie. He done been the president of the NAACP here. He done been the vice president. He's still a part of it now. But he got in one of his properties on the black side of town. He lives on the white side of town. On the black side of town, he has a sign. That's the only sign on the black side of town here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, on one of his properties in the area of 603 Lee Street here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County. The same area where that sign is at, Lester Gillespie committed a burglary and assault against a black female when she was in one of his houses, rent houses, in front of a sheriff deputy who arrested him and handcuffed him. But you can hear a minute of the video when the sheriff told him he can't do what he was doing, and he hollered at the sheriff and said, "This is my house." He said, "You rent the house." That's what the sheriff deputy told him. "You rent the house. You can't do this here when you rent the house. Now you can leave or go with me." Lester said he can call Brent Farrow. Brent Farrow is another one like the three individuals I told you all about. The governor, the attorney general, and the lieutenant governor here in the state of Missouri. Brent Farrow is the sheriff. When his sheriff deputy exercised the law and took Lester down to the detention center, the Mississippi County Jail here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, the sheriff let him go and took the report of his deputy and destroyed it. The deputy quit. The reason why I say that, he got this sign of Mike Kehoe telling the people over here to vote. He ain't got it over there where he live at in the white neighborhood because he know they gonna vote for him. He didn't sit here and protest like most other NAACP members and white and black Spanish people protesting against the execution of Marcellus Williams. I want the national chapter to know about this chapter here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, because I'm an NAACP member. And you see, I don't associate with them because they deal with these same individuals that's law enforcement officials and judges and prosecutors that's misusing and abusing the black community. But let me show you this here. Now these three individuals, plus the one that Lester got in his yard, one of his property yards, here it is, a white individual detective in Kansas City, Missouri in 2019 by the name of Eric Devakaner shot and killed a 26-year-old black man that was in his own yard. Now, a judge convicted him, a bench trial, convicted him of murder. They said that was the first time a police officer in Kansas City, Missouri was convicted of killing a black man. Ain't that something? But it get worse. But you remember Lester Gillespie is trying to get people, and Lester Gillespie can't vote because he was convicted of voter fraud in 1996, misusing the black community. Coming in the black community, trying to get them to vote for these Republicans, that the same ones that's executing people who red flags is up. But anyway, this guy, the detective, appealed his case. The Missouri appellate courts denied his appeal. But guess what? Possum, the governor here, the attorney general, and the one that Lester got that sign in his yard, Mike Kehoe, all of them fought to make sure Marcellus Williams was executed, but they fighting to get this police out of jail. They said he should never been in there. But they said with Marcellus Williams that all the courts seen that he was guilty, even though they overlooked the racism. But this white police officer, he had a jury of his peers. He took a bench trial thinking that because he took a bench trial, he thought that by him being white, and there's never been a conviction for a police killing a black man in Kansas City, Missouri. God turned that around. Now, the courts ruled that he was guilty. Then it was a civil suit, and the civil suit judge said that the police had no business going in that. He had no justification going into that man's yard when he killed him. But these same ones that wanted Marcellus Williams killed, executed, they said all the judges, they seen him guilty. They seen this white police guilty. But you want to look at this here. It's a close race with the Democratic female that's running against Mike Kehoe. And you got Negroes like Lester Gillespie that's supposed to be representing the NAACP, supposed to be representing the black community. He voting for this individual. You know why? Because he know them Republicans get that voter fraud conviction off of him, because he was working with them, giving blacks in our black communities in the early 1990s, in 1996, giving them $1 cash, or a cigar that was worth $1, or a bag of candy that was worth $1, or a 40 ounce of Old English beer that was worth $1. That's what he think about the black community. This is Lester Gillespie making millions. Look up him on Facebook. President and CEO of Fresh Start Self-Improvement Center, Stellar Consultants, and all these other government programs that he's a part of. In this building right across the street from him, the C.F. Bowen Center. They let him run that building. That's a building, and look up Davis versus Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County Board of Education, where they fought to be able to go to the Charleston Consolidated School number 7 so they can have better books and better education. They won a case in 1961. But they let Lester run our center. This is a center that I'm the only active NAACP here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County that speak up against these racist individuals and these sellout blacks. But they let Lester run this thing. See, if Kehoe get in, Kehoe and the rest of them, Trump support Kehoe. Now, if Trump support Kehoe, you know, Kehoe gonna support Lester, because we know the Fraternal Order of Police is backing Trump, endorsing Trump, and anybody else endorse somebody that's convicted of 34 felonies and got other charges pending. You know what they about. Birds of a feather flock together. NAACP National Chapter President Derek Johnson, don't honor this NAACP here in Charleston, Missouri. Don't honor it. Any other NAACP chapters, don't honor it. These individuals is working hand in hand with people like the ones that executed Marcellus Williams. I'm going to leave with this here. I'm going to tell y'all this here. Marcellus Williams, I like what he said at the end. I believe he said something to the effect, praises be to Allah. Y'all, we need some help here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County. The courthouse is full of demons and corruption. The prosecuting attorney's office, the police department, the sheriff department, the NAACP, and any organization that Lester Gillespie got. Lester Gillespie ain't no different than Donald Trump and P. Diddy. Peace be still.
Did you get everything you need, sir?
Yeah, is there anything else that you needed?
I'm not leaving my property until we go leave together.
Is there anything else?
I don't even trust her with you.
Is there anything else that you...
Okay, why don't you trust her with me?
First of all,
hold on, wait, stop.
You did.
This is my house.
You own the house, but you rent it, sir.
Stop it.
Fred.
Yeah.
Okay, go on and do what you're going to do.
I'm going to do what I'm doing. I'm taking a report.
Yeah, and I'm going to call first. I can call Brett.
Don't do that to him, because he ain't even done nothing.
No,
this is what you're doing. You getting on to
that door because
everybody.
she's in the way.
But you getting
She
on
was
to
standing behind
everybody.
us, so you committed an assault.
You getting on to
And a
everybody.
burglary because you can't go into your house if you've rented it to somebody.
Let me tell you what happened, sir.
You barged into the door. I seen it.
The door was open.
Y'all stop.
The door was
The door was
closed.
open, but she was
And
standing
she was
behind
standing right there. And I asked her, we coming in.
You pushed it open.
You said she was a
Now we
sheriff.
can do this. You can leave or you can go to jail with me. How about that?
Sir, listen to me, man.
Okay.
This is the C.F. Bowen Center, formerly known as the Lincoln School, where the only place blacks can go until 1961. Look up Davis versus Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County Board of Education. Hey, how y'all doing? All right, I'm trying to shed light, man, trying to get us justice around here, man. I heard that. Hey, y'all take care. All right. Look up that Davis versus Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County Board of Education. Annie Davis lived right across the street from where I'm at right now. May she rest in peace. She filed a lawsuit against the Charleston, Missouri Consolidated School Number 7, which is the Charleston R1 School District today, for discrimination. She had to file it for her minor children's, Barbara and Johnny Davis. May all three of them rest in peace. And they won. But this building now, 700, it used to be Elm Street, South Elm Street. Now it's 700 South Side Williams Avenue. It's also the Charleston, Missouri Housing Authority, and they working hand in hand with Lester Gillespie. Matter of fact, they got 2 members that works in the Housing Authority that's NAACP members. High ranking. All right now. And in this building, this is where the NAACP and all the corrupted blacks have their meetings at. I'm barred from here, you know, I'm barred from here. And I'm barred from here for speaking up against some people, because my house is the last house before you get to the projects, for people in the projects coming, tearing up my bushes, continuously throwing trash, and I complained numerous of times, brought YouTube videos up here to show the trash, sent it to HUD in St. Louis, and the then executive director, Paul Page, who resigned this April of 2024, he retaliated and barred me, saying the people from the Housing Authority projects, Charleston, Missouri Housing Authority projects, and the workers from the Charleston, Missouri Housing Authority is afraid of me. Ain't nobody afraid of me. If they was, why didn't you go down to the courthouse? But see, this where the NAACP had their meetings if they don't have it in Lester's house sometime. That show you how corrupted they is. But we need some help down here. It's more white people that's standing with me than any of these so-called black, well, none of these blacks in this place here. Now, it's blacks that stand with me, but some is afraid to come forward. And if you see the way that they operate here, they done went too far as killing peoples in the jails. And Lester Gillespie and them, when the Missouri State Conference president came down here 2 or 3 years ago, when Tyrone Anderson was found dead in the jail, he came all the way from Jefferson City, Missouri, and him and some other people from the NAACP and ministers. Not now one of these so-called NAACP members came down there to march and protest with him. I was there, made videos of it in front of the Mississippi County, Missouri Detention Center. Rodney Jones was the president then. Rodney Jones and Lester Gillespie is getting property that the city of Charleston, Missouri is allowing them to buy up. So they ain't gonna say nothing. I'm out.
Y'all see this here? This is Lester Gillespie's area. This is Lester Gillespie's property. He putting this mess on in our community. Y'all see this here? This is the same one that made sure, among the other ones, that made sure Marcellus Williams was assassinated. To the left of this sign, about 10 feet away is the house, 603 Lee Street, Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, is where Lester Gillespie was trying to force his way into the property. And the sheriff deputy said he committed a assault and a burglary, but he was never written up. He was never prosecuted for it. It never went to the prosecuting attorney, and it never went to the court. Lester Gillespie has committed a lot of crimes against blacks. I'm gonna let y'all hear the 1-minute video. Now, the female, they took the female children's. The female is not even from here, from Oklahoma. Tried to start a new life, working for Lester Gillespie. But everybody, all the females that work for him that he think that he can get over with, he want to sleep with them. See, some of the crack addicts slept with him. Lester Gillespie asked him to take a lie detector test, a polygraph test, and said was he smoking crack from 2009 on back. And I guarantee you he'll fail it. If he don't, I'll leave Charleston, Missouri. But y'all listen to this video. These is the type of people Lester want in. Lester want to get that voter fraud off of him because he see the sheriff and the police department, the prosecuting attorney, and the judges here, they working hand in hand with him. But there's some people like myself. We got some Harriet Tubmans. We got some Martin Luther Kings, Malcolm X's. We got some Nelson Mandelas down here. No, that's the Charleston Police Department. I'm hoping, let's see what's going on. Which way are they going here? Going over the bridge. So it must be something happening on the I-57 northbound. They didn't go over the viaduct, which is boomland. Let me ride my bike down and check it out. It's my type of work, y'all. Saving lives.